Welcome to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. It is officially cozy season. Even if it's a little warm outside, we're going to pretend we're going to get all the cozy vibes.
Warmed and cozy.
And talk about clean, cozy mysteries today. It's also series September, which is amazing because I have been on the hunt for a while for cozy mysteries that are not only clean, but they're non-gruesome. I have 10 different ideas for cozy mysteries. For variety, we have contemporary, we have dual timeline, we have middle grade, and we have Regency mystery.
Another mystery.
Stick around to the end for the information about a book club read that I'm doing that starts tomorrow. Let's get going. It loves a mystery in Sleepy Hollow, New York. Look who one of the authors is, Gabrielle Meyer, whose dual timeline Christian fiction books are really making a buzz right now. This is a dual timeline Christian because it's a guidepost written in 2022, but I have not heard one peep about this book or this series whatsoever. Of course, and in this dual timeline, in 1820, strange man comes to town claiming to be Ichabod Crane's brother. He accuses another man of that crime, but that man's daughter and the new schoolmaster try to find out the truth. And then in the present timeline, Tess is helping her gran at her gran's soup shop, but she has just been scammed out of thousands of dollars by a bogus animal charity. And the grandma hires someone to help her find out the truth about all of that, and it just happens to be her granddaughter's old high school crush. But there is quite a few more books in this series from really odd little places like Disappointment, Washington, Cut and Shoot, Texas, and so on. So thought I would give you this idea. Home to Heather Creek. Now this one is further along in the series. Book number 2 is actually called Sweet September. There's a set of parents, they're in Nebraska. Well, they had a strained relationship with their daughter, so they don't really know their grandkids. Well, their daughter passes away and their grandkids come to live with them. Something destroys their garden, and so there's a mystery about that. So it seems like a really gentle one. There's a lot of strife at the beginning of the book, and they have to work together to figure out the mystery. All right, our next series, let's talk about some contemporary Christian fiction. This is Autumn by the Sea by Melissa Tagg. And there are 2 other books in this Myrrh Harbor novel. Sydney Rose, who spent years wondering who she is, she finds herself going to a tiny seaside town to meet a woman who thinks that she might be her granddaughter. If it weren't for Maggie, Neil McKean might still be in Scotland alone. He's worried for Maggie, the grandmother, because he's suspicious of this city girl who shows up, but there's something about her that tugs at him, drawing out secrets he never meant to share. So I wanted to read you. The beginning starts out with what looks like an old letter, but then chapter 1, this really got my attention. The first paragraph says that it's the Chicago wind is pushing Sydney along with the autumn cold, but it was the fear that kept her running. She clutched her purse to stop its bouncing against her thigh and veered around a corner, past the bakery, the sticky sweet smell of Nicola's famed caramel rolls doing nothing to comfort her, not with the stranger's pounding steps growing closer. Yee! Yeah, thought I would mention this one as a good idea. Annie's Secrets of the Quilt is our next cozy mystery series. We have book 1 and 2 here, Castle of Whispers and Decadent Deceit. And there are different authors to these. There are 12 in the series. The whole series is about a stay-at-home mom who inherits a priceless heirloom quilt. It has a diary in it. She got this from her grandmother, but the more she researches, she finds out it's 500 years old. So in this one, Sophia finds out that her relative actually was a seamstress who made the dress for the lady who posed for the Mona Lisa. Book number 2 is this same mom helps out with a school play, and she doesn't expect to find herself in the middle of a mystery, but someone tries to sabotage the production and it all takes a dangerous turn. And at the same time, she keeps researching this quilt and she's on the second square. So this one does have a knife. So I don't know where these go and how gentle and cozy they are, but they seem clean, they have good reviews, and I'm excited to try them out. Annie's Attic Mysteries. This centers around a little quaint town in New England. Annie lives in a big old Victorian home that was her grandmother's. One of her friends, Mary Beth, has a store, and one of these big companies are trying to come in and boot her out, and she has this exquisite mid-19th century desk. She even thinks that even selling that and everything she owns is still not going to help her keep her store. Annie finds something in the attic that is connected to that desk. Excited about this one too. Miracles of Marble Cove, another Christian cozy mystery series. This one is about Diane, who is new to the Maine coast and Marble Cove. She meets 3 friends immediately who are around her same age, and the women wonder if God has them together for a reason. One evening, as she's taking a walk along the rocky shore by her house, she sees something strange, a flash from the lighthouse, but it's been deserted for years. She wonders if she's seeing things, but her friends see it as well. And then I was going to read you book number 2 because it sounds really, really good as well. Diane is convinced that something mysterious is happening at the lighthouse, so she organizes a stakeout. They see lights and a shadowy figure inside the shuttered structure. When they see someone inside, they bang on the door, the lights go out, but nobody comes out. So what's really going on? This sounds really, really neat. It immediately starts in the fall, even though it's on the coast. It's about this creepy lighthouse, so I'm all about that. Let's talk about some Nancy Drew middle grade mysteries. Super cozy. I have made it to book number 4 in the series. This one is about Nancy's friend Emily, who now owns the Lilac Inn, and Emily is trying to sell some diamonds that have been given to her. Nancy soon learns that someone has been impersonating her and making expensive purchases under her name. Then the diamonds are stolen. So can Nancy find the thieves and recover the missing diamonds? The Tea Room Mysteries and the Secrets of Mary's Bookshop. The reason I have them here is because I've read book 1 in each of them. They're very different from each other. They are both on the New England coast. That's about it. But the Tea Room Mysteries is about a set of cousins who are a little bit older. They're widows, and they go for opening a tea room in an old Victorian home. All kinds of things go on in book number 1, and it really makes me want to go forward with the series. It is chock full of mystery, not just the one thing where they buy a teapot in book number 1. They also find an expensive ring in the wall, and there's people that are mysterious, and there's a burglary. This one, as you can see, I have several of them that I can just read through quickly, but they are seasonal, so I think this is book 4 or 5 that has the fall vibes. Very excited about that one. Mary's Bookshop is about a widow. Her and her husband, it was their dream to open up a mystery book shop. So lots of nods to Agatha Christie and other mystery books of old. This one's very quaint. In the first book, she's trying to get her bookstore open, and before she can do that, somebody breaks in, but the only thing that they take is a photo. She lives with her sister. They have a kitty cat, and it's just so quaint and so calm and cozy. Love these books. Can't wait to go forward in the series. Last but not least, we have Hawthorne House series. I would call this Regency romance, rom-com, mystery. This is 1 and 2 of 5, and it's a series about a set of aristocratic siblings. This is about Miranda, who acts every inch of a lady. Her mother has made sure of that, but on the inside, she just wants to be bold and carefree. She's going into her 4th season, and she's feeling like spinsterhood is coming. She expresses herself well by writing things down. For a certain reason, she starts writing to her brother's friend, who is a duke, and has a really hard time acting like a duke, just like she has a hard time acting like a lady. So so she feels this kinship with him and starts writing letters that she never intends for anyone to see. She writes them from the time she's 8 years old until this time of supposed spinsterhood, and she puts them in a box. Somehow they get mailed and they go to the Duke, and not only is she mortified, but she starts getting letters back from the Duke. State secrets at risk. The valet is suspicious. We'll be reading this along with some others. It starts tomorrow, but this is an older book, so it's very, very easy to get an ebook and the audiobook and all of those things very quickly. So if you haven't joined up, you want information about reading this with us, I'll put the link in the description, and I hope all of these ideas, these clean, cozy mysteries that I'm gonna have on my TBR, maybe you can get some ideas as well. And until next time.